I was invited by the Brighton Dome to give a performance this morning in response to their decision to programme a guest speaker today as part of their International Women's Day events, where they programmed a guest speaker who has a history of being very vocally anti-trans women. And despite there being more than 16,000 signatures in petition against this decision, despite the Dome taking counsel from many people over the last few weeks, they decided they were going to go ahead. And they offered this space, and my first initial reaction was to reject that. It actually felt like there could be something to be said for taking the same stage as their speaker would be taking later on. And so, but instead of giving a performance, didn't really want to give anything. We instead sat in silence for the full full duration of the performance, because just sort of feel that the attitudes that are being amplified are. It's not a debate. It's being framed in as something that is valid to debate, but we don't think that's the case.
Definitely not.
I don't know. That's the thing. We've been thinking about it, and it seems so ludicrous to take an opinion like this. I don't know how someone like that does. I don't know how someone can continue to deny the existence of a group of people, and particularly someone who purports to be a feminist, and within the context of something like International Women's Day, when they are so violently anti a minority group of women. I don't understand it.
It just doesn't make sense to essentially say that people who are standing right in front of you just don't exist. They're not real women or whatever else. It's what gives you the right to say that? This is my best way of saying.
I think there's an element of sensationalism, particularly with Germaine Greer, of saying the controversial thing. But I think the thing that is dangerous is when those views are given validity, and it becomes referred to as someone's opinion, and in actual fact this is hate speech, and as such shouldn't be condoned. I don't think there's a contradiction at all. I think, as you say, it's something that the argument has been cleverly shifted to say that it's an issue of freedom of speech. I don't think there are many people who would argue against freedom of speech, but freedom of speech does not give someone the right to deny the existence of a minority group of people, and whether that you're talking about somebody's ethnicity or somebody's sexuality or whatever the thing you choose to discriminate against, that is not a freedom of speech issue. And this question of no platforming, it doesn't exist. It's not a thing. It's not possible to no platform someone, particularly like Germaine Greer, who is extremely famous and has multiple platforms that she can access very easily. The idea that it would be possible to take that away is ludicrous.
I guess try and find people who are like-minded. Obviously all of us are different and we've all got different experiences, but there are common similarities with it, and I think there's a lot of support groups online and offline. There's phone numbers you can call. A quick Google search gives you quite a lot, or other people may be able to help you find that stuff. And I think that's one of the best things, so just knowing that you're not alone with it, I guess, is the best thing to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about this before, weren't we? And I think absolutely the best thing to do is to share how you feel with somebody, and if there isn't anyone safe, or you feel that you can do that, then I would reach out to somebody who identifies as trans or non-binary, and whether or not they might not be able to help solve all of the problems that someone's experiencing, but guaranteed they would take that news with love and with respect, and there would be no judgment, and they certainly wouldn't find it a challenging thing to hear. I think there's a lot of strength to be taken within community, which is what we're doing here, right? Which we didn't say as well, is that we wanted to at least provide some sort of sanctuary for people affected by the events. And so we've been holding a safe space here at the Marlborough Theatre, and people have come down. There's been massage and makeup and free food and free cake, and it's just been a really great environment. And I think proving that is the act of self-care and to look after ourselves and to be kind to our bodies and to not feel that people have to go out on the street and put themselves in harm's way. I think that has been a really strong act of resilience.
I think also one of the best things about today is it provides, the event here obviously, it provides a sense of validity. You know, there's a space we've got which is trans only, there's also a trans woman only space, and it's nice to have that space where you don't have to be worrying about what other people are thinking, what other people are judging, you know, all that sort of thing. I think it's really good and really validating.
Yeah.